We are underway here at the Canadian Ball Hockey National Championships. Back into some men's action here. It's the Niagara Warpigs taking on the Edmonton Savages. Edmonton Savages wearing the Senator-style black and red jerseys, and the Warpigs wearing the white and green. Ball chopped there towards the net. That one goes wide. Turning it in the corner are the Savages. Looking to come right on in front. Quick shot, and that's handled by Leggett. Now ball back to the point. Looking for a shot. Fakes one. And now the Warpigs break out. Ball headed behind the Savages net. Picking it up there is Glenn McClem. And it's worked out past the blue line, but held in by the Warpigs. And there's a shot on goal. Handled easily by Tim Barlow in net for the Savages. Savages trying to get it out up the near side boards here. Good work by Darren Chapman holding it in, but Savages eventually able to get it down the ice. Poking it out there was Leggett, able to get it up to his team. And now moving out with it, number 91, Dan Santacci. And he'll dump the ball in behind the Savages goal. Racing for it there, Sonny Brar. Back for his team, right to the middle. Good bounce there, 3-on-2 for the Savages here. Here's Lee Jubenville dropping off. Quick shot, and that was off the blocker of Leggett. Now a centering pass, and that went through the legs of Jubenville. Niagara controlling in their own zone here. Savages make a change. Here's Tardif. Fakes a move wide, then drives up the middle. Warpigs able to get possession. The ball chipped right back out. Icing waved off there. Savages there to collect behind their own net. Warpigs finishing up a change. Here's Jeff Brown up the left side, and that'll go for icing as it missed Tony Brar. Face off in the Savages zone to the left of Barlow. Face off one cleanly. Oh, and a quick shot there. Jared Malden's able to get the shot up. Flashing the leather was Barlow. Face off initially won by the Warpigs, but the Savages moving forward with it, able to get it out. Here's Tony Brar. One of 4 Brars in the Edmonton roster. Here's Travis Hiller back down for Brar. And Tony Brar back to the point. And up the middle, unable to hold that one in, was Sean Miskew. And now he'll send it up the left side, trying to work in. Dampy Brar up to Tony. Tony settling it down, now trying to play one to the middle. That hits a stick, and Niagara will take control of it. Mike Stewart up the middle, trying to get one out of the zone, and now they do. Warpigs coming in with numbers, but they're offside, and that'll give the Savages time to turn back in their own zone. Now firing one up the left wing to Tony Brar. Long shift for him, so he'll chip in and head for a change. And on it now is Mike Nielsen. He gets hit hard behind the net, no call. And he doesn't have a stick, works it free with his feet. As Brian Scola now. Digging for it. Big scramble here. Warpigs eventually come out with it. And now they'll just flip it in to the offensive zone. Icing waved off at the last moment. And now Ryan Nagy in there forechecking hard for the Warpigs. Ball sent back up the half circle and now to the point. Good pass here, and Solga has it. Chipped forward, and back now come the Savages. Joel Dixon rings it around. Picking it up is Dan Prosner. And work down behind the Warpigs goal once again. Race for it. And getting there first is Solga to kick it up the wing. Mundy Hamdani back to Solga. And wristed in. That's a delayed offside here. And the Warpigs will be sent back down after hopping in there a tad early. Face-off going to come all the way down to the Warpig zone. Off the face-off, won by the Warpigs. They control behind their own net. Try to work through the far corner. Nothing doing, and now chipped into the middle. Trying to take it out is Sean Hannon. He's over the blue line. Takes a shot, that one wide. Over to Monday. Both ends here, going both ways. And now number 99, Troy Miner, picking it up for the Warpigs. Heavily guarded here by a couple of Savages forecheckers. Attempted shot on net there. And blocked nicely by Huckalo. Warpigs trying to move out to center now. Three of them coming across the blue line. Quick snapshot, that hits a stick and will trickle right in on Barlow, who covers up. Pretty physical here early in this one. Some pumps up to the whistles. Hard contact along the boards. We'll see if that increases as the game goes on. 14:06 to go here in the first period. Still no score. Face off one, quick shot attempt, and Barlow able to snatch that one up for the Savages. Off the face-off, won by Jubenville for the Savages. But the Warpigs able to get control. High slot shot! And I believe that one hit off the toe of Barlow after a good shot there from Martello. And now I believe a penalty coming up here. The first penalty of the game, it's going to be an interference penalty. And it's going to Darren Chapman of the Warpigs. So an interference call, first power play of the game for either team. It goes to the Savages. And they'll have a face-off in the offensive zone. 13:44 to play here in the first. Warpigs send that one down the floor. And 30 seconds off this power play thus far. Savages trying to work back in, long shoot in. And sticking to the back of the net there. Leggett comes out to cover it behind the net. Face-off still inside the zone. Savages win the face-off back. They'll try to set up. Here's Percy Moe passing across and takes it back. Now down low he goes. And it's Tony Brar sending it back to the point. That's chipped around him though. And here a foot race. Sean Hannon gets around one man. Has the ball in the offensive zone for the Warpigs on this penalty kill. And it's eventually worked free. Although another race for it here. Downs trying to get there first. And he does for the Warpigs. Nice pass across and a one-time shot. Attempted there by Hannon. Just went around the net. Touched up. And now the first penalty of the game, or the power plays for the Savages will be over. Another penalty, first penalty of the game to Edmonton. Going against Percy Moe here. Off the face-off, Warpigs send it back deep into the Savages zone. Looking through the middle now and a pass across. Bringing it in now is Dan Prosner. Sends one in deep. And chasing after for it. First one there is Eric Tardif. Tardif. Nice pass up. Hits off a stick though. And deflects over the glass. Face off outside the Edmonton zone. Just 8 seconds left in the penalty for the Warpigs, who will then be on the power play for about a minute and a half. Off the face-off, draw one back. Warpigs controlling, and they'll likely wait until their man's back out of the box. He is now. Stepping back onto the floor is Chapman. But the ball sent back down into the Warpig zone. Here's John Robison with it. Now played up into the zone, back for Robison. Looks at his options, then sends it over for Hannon. Hannon. Back for Robinson. And down for Hannon. Warpigs trying to set up. They do. Pass over to Miner. Quick shot. Barlow able to make the save. Another shot and they score. Matt Martello. Right above the goal line on the right side, able to sneak one past Barlow after the initial shot was saved. Rebound went right to him, and he made no mistake burying that one by power play goal. And the Warpigs lead 1-0. Off the draw, Niagara wins it, chips it up the boards and trying to work it into the middle, but that's intercepted. And here come the Savages the other way with speed. Jubenville trying to sneak his way along the right side there, getting checked behind the net. Some physical play along the boards as the Savages trying to work it down low, but fanned on it, and that'll allow Troy Miner work with it a little bit. He loses control. And ball goes way up into the air, glove down, and an attempted pass out to center, interrupted by the Savages, who are able to hold the ball in. And a long shot there, sent wide, back out the other side. Niagara chips it in, and right back out. Savages heading back up the other way. Nice move in through the blue line, just onside. Oh, off the inside of the post. Quick shot there by Gallimore, and it beat the goaltender Leggett, but not the post. Now a ball chipped in by Nagy. Chasing on it and getting there first will be Mike Stewart. He's checked there by Percy Moe. And he jumps up to stop that one, but it goes back down for Stewart anyways. Two guys from each team down low, and it's Tony Brar coming away with it. Nice cut move there by Tony. Coming in along the left side in the Warpig zone. Tony Brar looking in, takes a shot. And that was stopped by Leggett. And now here come the Warpigs the other way, pass through center. Can't quite gain the zone. And here back once again come the Savages. Here's Scott Holben getting body position and getting it down low for Dampy Brar. Dampy trying to cut out front, has a stick in his feet, goes down. Now a foot race for it, and Joel Anderson gonna get there first, but it's sent back into his own zone. Percy Moe there to retrieve. He goes D to D. Savages up on the near side, and they'll start out through center. Dumping the ball in there is Dan Prosner. Savage is able to regain control along the far boards, goes down low for Prosner. Has a look in front, tries a pass, gets interrupted, now tries a shot, and that one goes wide. Now here are the Warpigs coming in through center, 2 of them in there. Ball sent back, but not going to go past Hannon, who holds it there at the blue line. Now makes a spin to get away from his man, cuts to the middle, still has control of it, shot off the mask of Tim Barlow. Great move there from Sean Hannon. And nearly double the lead for the Warpigs. Off the face-off, one straight back by the Savages. And controlling with the ball is Miscue. Sends it up the wing. And the Savages start out through center and into the Warpig zone. Now cutting wide, trying to drag out in front. Gets checked, nets off its moorings. And a delayed penalty coming up. Now called as the Warpigs touch up. And it'll be a holding call. And it's John Robison, I believe, heading to the box. Face-off won by the Warpigs, but Savage is able to control, and now they'll try to set up on this power play, their second of the game. At the point. Pass down. And now down towards the goal line. Back up to Gallimore, pass across. Little shimmy shaking now, back up to Anderson. Give and go play, and now he goes down to Gallimore. He throws one. Tempted pass that hit a leg and almost went on goal. Now Gallimore has it once more. Passes down to the goal line. Looking for options now, back to Gallimore. Cross for Anderson, who lets one fly. And that goes over top of the net. Rebound comes right back out. And now the net is off. And so we'll get a whistle. Face-off still inside the Niagara zone. Scramble draw. Warpigs had control momentarily. Now they get another chance. Clear it to the line. Held in. Shot by Anderson blocked. Played down low. Now across. And here's Arsenos. And his shot stopped, and then ball sent all the way down to the Savages zone. Ball sent up to the blue line, now working his way in is Brar. Dropping back to the point, here's Anderson. Down for Brar. Back up to the high slot. And Arsenis couldn't get his shot through. Anderson looking for an opening, now passes over to Tony Brar. Back for Anderson, back for Brar. They give and go once more. And now a quick shot blocked in front. And back for Tony Brar. Back for Anderson. Down for Brar. Anderson down low now towards the goal line. And back up for Brar. He takes a shot. Good glove save there, as Leggett was able to get a glove on. And the Warpigs Able to clear the zone right as the penalty expires. Robinson back on the floor. And the Savages trying to work their way back in. Once again, Scott Holben here. Looking to throw one in front. Now shoots one on goal. That one goes wide out the left side. And now by the near side boards here, controlling it is Sitachi. Ball sent up, down into the Edmonton zone. No icing call. Be rung around here for Sonny Brar. And he takes some contact there behind the net. As that was Eric Tardif laying into him, now giving chase once more. As the ball is sent up the floor. Picked up now, turned over by the Warpigs. And now they have a chance here. Weaving through some defenders, trying to get a shot on goal. They do, but it was blocked in front. Good job getting to his knees to block the shot there was Sonny Brar. Now playing it out to center. Here's Landon Berkeley. Stopping up now, shooting one in. And it'll lob right in there. And Leggett will reach up and grab it with his glove. Hang on for a whistle. 4:42 remaining here in the first period. And Warpigs leading on a goal by Matt Martello. Face-off won by the Warpigs, who push forward with it, heading into the Savages zone. Still controlling it now. And it's Nagy trying to send one across. Robinson's there. But the Savages now out with it, able to hold the zone. And here's Nagy looking for it, but instead Barlow going to get there behind the net and play it for his defenders. Now Moe has it. Percy Moe on the left side. Plays one through the middle. Off the glove of Robinson. Has some trouble with it. Savages able to take it and turn it into the offensive zone still. Thomas Scholl's now in there. Warpigs trying to chip up the near side boards. And they do get it down there. And it'll be an icing call, as Jared Maldens couldn't quite beat it out. And it'll be a face-off down in the Niagara zone. Faced off in the Savages zone. They win it. Bring it back, and here's Scott Holman starting out. Sends one up the middle. Good pass there. Dampy Brar into the offensive zone looking for some space. Turning back for himself. Now stops up, fakes. Creates some room for himself and takes a shot. And Leggett able to make that stop. On the ball now. Back to the point for the Savages and back down low. Into the high spot now, and Tony Brar lines up and takes a shot. But that was right into the shins of Evan Huckalow. Back into the Sorry about that. Dead battery took us off there for a little bit. We're back on. And still 2-0 here between the Niagara Warpigs and the Edmonton Savages. 13:37 remaining in the game. And the Savages controlling in the offensive zone. There's a shot by Miscue. And that one deflected just wide. Warpigs going D to D behind their own net. And now chip it up the far boards to themselves. Playing it ahead is Downs, but that one stopped at the line. Savages able to hold it in, pass to the middle, off a foot. Could be a good one-time opportunity. He takes one, and it just goes over top of the net. This is going to bring all the way down outside of the zone for the Savages. And now a good opportunity here for the Warpigs coming in. Here's Hannon in on goal, drops off at a shot that was deflected wide, and then the rebound opportunity for Hannon. Nearly connected. Good save by Barlow. Now the other way. Here are the Savages. Quick shot, and that was blocked. Another centering opportunity. Nobody there, though. Savages get it back once more. Another shot. And Leggett once again able to make the save. Good net minding by the Warpigs netminder thus far this game. And there's a tripping call. Delayed penalty coming up against the Savages as the ball's touched up. And I believe it's Joel Dixon going to be heading off. 2 minutes for tripping. So the Niagara Warpigs already up 2. Will have a chance to increase their lead here on the power play. There, but we're back getting set for the Warpigs power play. Off the face-off. Savages win it, weird bounce, and it goes right back to Barlow, who alertly covers up. Face-off one forward by the Savages on this penalty kill. And it's Glenn McClem now killing some time. The Warpigs look to move back in. Ball sent to the left side. Now a battle for it. Good job. Warpigs able to hold that one in the offensive zone here on this power play. Minute 20 still to go. And they're setting up at the blue line. There's Martello down low. Into the middle. And not the intended receiver there, as the Savages able to dump it back down all the way into the Warpig zone. They start out with it again from their own blue line. Moves into the offensive zone to the Warpigs. The Savages there to collect. It's Jeff Brown, and he lifts one up into the stands. So the faceoff will stay inside. 50 seconds remaining in the penalty to Dixon. Off the draw, I believe they're waving a player out of the face-off circle. Yeah, Mike Stewart getting waved out. And to take the draw is Mike Formica going up against Jubenville. And Jubenville wins it cleanly, but not able to get it out of their zone. Warpigs pressuring. Savages able to get it back and now work it up the wing. And no through center pass to the middle here. Jubenville looking for options. Warpigs able to work it back out through center and all the way down to the Savages zone. Battle for it here between Stewart and Anderson, who's going to get there first and get it around to Simo, who chips one in. And now it's a delayed offside, but the Warpigs won't waste any time getting it down the rink anyways. And now into the offensive zone is Stewart, battling there. And the Savages come out with it. Looking for a shot right on. And Leggett able to make the save. And the Warpigs working back up the same way. Some contact there as they gain the line. The Savages boards and down the floor. Ball rung up the near boards, but held in by the Savages only momentarily by McClem. And now back out comes Maldens for the Warpigs, gaining the zone. Here's Capaldi over for Maldens. He's not able to control it, and he'll head up for a change. Jeff Brown collects for Edmonton. Ball played ahead, Savages right towards the net, looking for a redirection there and nothing doing. Quick shot, stopped by Leggett, gets the pads down in the crease. Where is it? Still loose. Everyone, big pile up in front of the crease. Now it's getting physical. Players getting pushed around. Leggett somehow able to stay down. and make the save. Warpigs off the draw, able to control, chip it up through the middle. And now we got a breakaway here. Quick move in. Tony Brar with a shot. And Barlow equal to the task, kicking out the pad to make the save and keep his team in this game with 7:39 to go. Face off outside the Savages zone. They win it back. And Anderson has it. Captain for the Savages. Taking a look and now sending it up the wing. Tucking in and curling back, taking some contact there. Things are heating up physically here in the final portion of the game. Some nice passing here by the Warpigs. And a quick shot on goal stop by Barlow. Play it up into the corner. Flicked across onto the other side. And Warpigs there to pick it up. Quick shot on goal. Barlow makes the save. Solga there to collect the rebound for the Warpigs and ring it around the other side behind the Savages net. There's Hannon picking it up. Couldn't quite get there. And here's Mo taking it out. Mo up the boards now. Chipped all the way down, not enough for icing. And Solga's back there to pick it up. Sent all the way down into the Savages zone, no icing there. Well, and here come the Savages through center. Long shoot in, deflected up over a stick, and still in play off the top of the glass. Moving out now once again are the Savages through the left side, now through the middle. Nice pass across, trying to stop it up. Take some time to shoot, but a good heads-up play there. Took that ball away. And now back in is Jubenville trying to move in for the Savages. Can't quite get inside. And the Warpigs break the ball back out to center. Quick little give-and-go play there. And moving it out is Satachi. Long drive and a rebound kicked right out the middle by Barlow. And now the Savages in through center once more. Berkeley with a shot wide. And now collecting there is Tardif. One of two goal scorers here for the Warpigs in this one. They still lead 2-0. Just over 5 minutes to play in the game. Now the ball sent forward through center. Picking it up is Matt Martello, the other goal scorer for the Warpigs. But he gives the ball away. And here come the Savages through center. But it's blown offside as they move through the zone. As the Savages may have had a bit of an opportunity there, but goes for naught. Off the face-off, ball pushed into the Warpig zone, but they're the ones with control. They'll move it back out to center and clear the zone. Now ball played back in, rung around the side. Here's Hannon with some space, takes a shot, and Barlow takes it standing up, able to swallow it up. Face off to the right of Barlow in the Savages zone. Edmonton wins the face off. Anderson throws it up the left side. Now the ball batted back out of the air. And in again are the Savages. Chipped back out to center. Good job there by Mo to keep it in. And now the ball trickles to the middle. Chance here as the Savages get one on net. But that one hit off a leg in front and trickled just wide. Back to the point. Mo across. Drive there. And some contact in the crease. Play continues here as the Warpigs bring the ball out to center and into the Savages zone. Nice little move there. Dipsy doodle by Maldens. And he's still working it in behind the Savages goal. Now taken away by Anderson. Played through the middle, but too far ahead. Warpigs, will be able to hold his own. .3:23 to go in the game. Savages still trailing 2-0. And this ball sent in. No icing call here. Into forecheck for the Savages is Jubenville. And now picking it up, Gallimore. Gallimore and Jubenville working down low for it. But the ball squeaks back out to center. And the Warpigs will be able to clear the zone once again. Here's Nagy with speed, forcing Barlow to come out and play it around. Savages up the near side. And a couple of players go down in a heap, but the ball goes by them. Jeff Capaldi now for the Warpigs. And here's Stewart up the middle. Stewart to Formica. And this one's chipped right up the middle. Barlow gonna come out and cover it. Off the face-off, Warpigs control in the offensive zone. High slot shot doesn't get through. Here's Hannon controlling. He's got it for the Warpigs in a battle there along the boards. Deep in the Savages zone, looking around to play it. Unsuccessful. Now they'll send it around the far side. 1:50 to go in the game. And this ball off a stick deflected way up high, even over the netting. Off the draw, won by the Savages. We'll be looking to get Barlow out of the net here, presumably soon, trailing by 2. There he goes now to the bench as the Savages gain the zone. Ball held in by the Savages, 6-on-5 here for the final minute and 26 of this game, needing 2 goals. Here's a shot and they score! There's one. Joel Anderson, a blast from the point. And that beats Leggett. And just like that, the lead's cut in half. Savages now only down 2-1 with 1:20 to go. Ball dumped in by the Savages. Barlow back to the bench. Extra attacker on for the Savages. 1:10 remaining in the game. They trail by 1. Shot right on. Oh, Leggett couldn't find it. Tons of traffic in front. And he was fortunate that it hit him when then he was able to pounce on it and cover for a whistle. Looks like there's a spill on the floor here. Ref's getting out a towel to go and clean up a spill in the crease. The Savages line up for a shot. Batted out of the air. Another chance. Oh, right on the goal line. They score! That's the loudest this building's been all tournament. Down 2-0. Savages pull the goaltender, able to get not one but 2 goals to tie up the game. That last one coming courtesy of Clem Arnasaws. And Arsenault finishing off that play. Leggett had it originally right under his leg, but the Savages able to tap it away and tie this game up. Now looking for more. 40 seconds still in this one. Savages with all the momentum. Shot from the point, that's blocked. Another try. And now it's Glenn McClem trying to throw it on net. And played in, looking into the middle, shot attempt. And that one's chipped away. Now working into the corner, McClen in a battle. 2 Savages there now trying to work it free. 17 seconds left and the ball's rung up the near side. Getting around him, Hannon breaking in for the Warpigs. And he has to chase down Mo. Hannon there for it. Gets it right out in front. Quick shot, that's blocked. 2 seconds left, maybe one more opportunity. And this one's going to bounce away. We're going to get another overtime here at the Canadian Ball Hockey Championships. The last game here went to overtime. This one as well will be heading there between the Niagara Warpigs and the Edmonton Savages. Crazy action in the final 2 minutes. Overtime here. We are 4-on-4 between the Niagara Warpigs and the Edmonton Savages. If you're just joining us, the Warpigs held a 2-0 lead, but the Savages able to battle back with 2 goals with the net empty to tie this one up. And here we are in overtime. Savages moving through center. Played down the left side and trickled in on goal. Leggett able to cover that one up. Quick change for both teams, 27 seconds into this overtime. Off the face-off, Savages win it. There's a shot Attempted tip, didn't happen. There's a shot and Leggett able to make the save. In tight, good opportunity there for Scott Holben, but couldn't quite beat Leggett. Now this Warpigs in the other way, looking for a shot, can't quite get one off. Play it around the Savages net there, picking it up as Holben. And he sends it back down low to the defense. They'll start out. And here's Holben again. Along the right side, nice dangle to get around and create some space through the middle. The referee calls an offside. And that kills that play. Face-off will be outside the Warpig zone. Face-off won by the Warpigs. They chip it out through center. That's going to be an icing call. Face off in the Warpig zone. Scramble draw. Picked up and chipped forward by the Warpigs. Foot race for it. And the Savages able to take control. Now moving through center with it. Here's Berkeley driving wide. Ball goes behind the net. Warpigs playing it out the other side. And looking for a 2-on-0. But a good play there by Anderson to slow things down for his team. Rung hard around the boards here, picking it up are the Savages along the right side. It's McClem with it. He brings it in over the line, lines up a shot, but decides to wait and peel back a bit. Now he sends one behind the net. And stopping up there is Jubenville, now looking for a shot that's blocked. And the Warpigs trying to stop up. Savages take control though again. And here's Clem Arsenaus, who got the tying goal there in the final minute of the third period. Up come the Warpigs into the offensive zone. Pass across to Hannon. That one's taken away, and back come the Savages. Arsenault is dumping it in chasing is Dempy Brar. Played to the line. Savages able to hold that one in and ring it back around behind the net. Dempy Brar gets checked. And now the ball is taken away by Nielsen, who plays it back around for Rorenson. Ball chipped up through the middle. Hannon trying to run on this one for the Warpigs. Getting there first, though, will be Miscue, the defenseman for the Savages. And he'll chip it back up the side. Now drop down. Here's Scott Holben taking it in for the Savages. He's got some support behind him. Now cutting to the net. Quick shot. And Leggett able to make that save with Landon Berkeley right on the doorstep. Face-off won by the Warpigs. Scramble draw. But they do gain control now and work to the center with speed. Here's Lovelace. Lines up a shot, then fakes it. Now takes it. And Barlow able to make the save. Good little give-and-go play. Ball played to the middle. Barlow settles it down for his team. And picking it up behind the net is Sonny Brar. Looking up the middle. Anderson wanted to pass, but Didn't come to him, and now here they start up again. 1 minute remaining in overtime. And offside called against Anderson. Ball one straight back, but the Savages able to come onto it. 50 seconds remaining in the game, and here come the Warpigs back the other way. Here's Rorinson trying to get around Mo. Mo not having any of it, and he drives down behind his own net. And we'll slow things down here. Ball played through center. Quick shot, Barlow makes the save. 13 seconds remaining. And the Savages control in their own zone, running around the boards. Rorinson gonna be able to hold it in there. Quickly throw it beside the net. Pass opportunity, a couple shots from the side here. And Barlow has it covered up. 0.8 seconds on the clock, maybe one play off the face-off. But this one likely to end in a draw. Reminder, after this game, it will be the Vancouver Bruins taking on the Saskatchewan Buffalo here on the stadium rink. And one final play here off the face-off. 0.8 seconds. And a timeout called. All right, lining up at the face-off. Clock added 0.3 seconds to 1.1. And this will be the final face-off of the game. Shot off the draw. But that'll do it. That wraps up this game between the Edmonton Savages and the Niagara Warpigs. Final score 2-2 here on the stadium rink.